Okay.
And Colton, while we open the meeting, it looks like there's a couple people that may be on the wrong side. Andrea and Patsy may
I'll go
need to
check that out.
Thanks so much.
Sure.
Good morning. I am Juliana Reshik, and I serve as president of the Kansas State Board of Nursing. I ask the members of the board to respond to a roll call to signify their presence at this open meeting that is being conducted remotely. Rebecca Sonder.
Present.
Adri Goldsmith.
Present.
Patricia Zeller. We'll come back to her in just a second. Melissa Orpeza.
Present.
Lori Owen.
Present.
Patricia Zeller.
Present.
Andrea Watson.
Present.
Giovanni Gane. Gita Noble. And Jade Ramsdale.
Present.
I ask the following staff members who are also present to respond. Carol Moreland, Executive Administrator.
Present.
Adrian Guerrero, Director of Operations. Linda
Present.
Davies. Thanks, Adrian. Linda Davies, Practice Specialist. Janelle Martin, Nursing Education Compliance Officer. Chelsea Stevenson, Education Specialist.
Present.
And Jill Simmons, Executive Assistant.
Present.
Before we begin the meeting, I want to make the following statements regarding this meeting that is being conducted remotely. Public comment allows individuals to address the board about their concerns, but the Kansas Open Meetings Act, which is known as KOMA, does not require the board to provide public comment or answer questions from individuals. Today, we will not have public comment due to the length of the meeting and the possibility that the connection for remote meeting may be lost. Because we are conducting this public meeting by Zoom and YouTube, I state for the record the following information. On June 16th of 2022, the board sent notice of the meeting for the board to all individuals who have requested notice of the board's meetings. Additionally, the notice and agenda were posted on the board's website, ksbn.kansas.gov. The notice contains the internet links to attend the meeting by Zoom and YouTube. The notice also contains the Zoom telephone number to attend the meeting. These electronic mediums allow the public to attend this meeting free of charge by either video conference or telephone. The notice also advises individuals to contact the board's office at 785-296-2967 if they experience a technical difficulty during the meeting. You may obtain a copy of the notice and agenda at the request or by sending an email to Carol Moreland at ks.gov with the subject line request for the agenda, and the board staff will send it to you. The only mediums for interactive communication offered for this meeting are the connections by Zoom and YouTube as previously stated. Each member of the board staff, or presenter shall state the person's name and title each time the person speaks or votes, as the case may be. Each participant to this meeting shall ensure microphones, phones, or other electronic devices are on mute when the participant is not speaking. Each motion will be clearly stated before the board votes, and the president will announce the results of the final vote. A statement or motion will clearly identify and authorize by delegation each member of the board or staff who will be permitted to sign any document on behalf of the board. The meeting is being recorded, and the recording will be posted to the board's website. The board has the following items listed on its agenda. Call to order, temporary proposed regulation revisions, KAR 60-11-101, KAR 60-11-103, KAR 60-11-104, KAR 60-11-104A, KAR 60-11-105, KAR 60-11-107, KAR 60-11-113, and adjournment. As noted above, the board may take an executive session. If the board elects to exercise the option to go into executive session, the board will follow this process. First, the board must be in open session before going into an executive session. 2, then a motion will be made and seconded pursuant to KSA 75-4319B. The motion must contain the statement of justification for closure, the subjects to be discussed, and the time and place that the open meeting will resume. If a motion for executive session passes, public will be excluded from this portion of the meeting, as the executive session will be conducted by electronic means that will not be made available to the public. The board members will return to the open meeting after the executive session. The open meeting will resume when the board members return to Zoom and YouTube meeting after the executive session. The complete motion for an executive session will be recorded in the minutes. The meeting is now called to order, and the board will begin the meeting with the next item on the agenda. So thank you all for being here today. I know we have a full week planned next week, but we had some timely matters that we needed to address today. So I'm going to ask Carol Moreland, Executive Director, if she will provide us just a little bit of information about these temporary proposed regulations, revisions that we're looking at, and maybe why we're here a week early.
Yes, this is Carol Moreland, Executive Administrator. And first of all, I just want to say thank you. I know that we're meeting next week, and if there was any way possible I could have held these over, I would have. If you remember, the first timeline of what we call the APRN bill takes effect July 1st. And the temporary regs that you have in your packet, starting on page 2 and going through page 20, need to be in place by July 1st. I have been working for several weeks now to get these approved through the Department of Administration and the Attorney General's office. You will see that both of them are finally stamped approved from both agencies. So the next step in this process is the board has to adopt these temporary regs, if that's what you choose to do. If you choose to do that today, this afternoon, I will be taking all of the documentation to the Secretary of State's office about this. And the final step, I believe, is for me to present in front of the State Rules and Reg meeting. And the last I heard, they wanted to do that on June 29th, but I did share that I would be in a board meeting. So I believe that will probably take place on June 30th. And these would go into effect after they have approved them. So hopefully we're going to hit that July 1st timeline. And then just to kind of let you know, the permanent ones, they're also in your packet. They start on page 21 and go to page 39. Really, there's no change other than the temporary ones just have the language that the regulation is effective on July 1st. The permanent ones didn't need that because we knew we wouldn't get it through the approval until after July 1st. But we have scheduled a public hearing for the permanent ones on September 6th. I will be taking all of that information also to the Secretary of State's office this afternoon, and that will be published in the Kansas Register, and then it will also be available on our website. And that starts the 60-day comment period that we are required to have. And then my hope is to bring all the comments back from that meeting to your September meeting, and then you can look at the permanent ones. So basically what we need to do today is let me know if you have any questions on the temporary ones. There were just a few minor revisions made, that I had to make to get it approved through the Department of Administration and the Attorney General's office. but none of them change the intent or anything like that. And, once you're ready, then to adopt this, we have to do a roll call vote on each one of these. So if you have any questions,
Any questions or discussions for Carol? I saw Charles joined us. He's available here too. Okay. Jill, did you have a potential motion you might like to see if a board member would like to make?
Yes, I do. So is there a board member who would like to make the following motion? I move that the board adopt the temporary proposed regulation KAR 60-11-101 and that a vote be taken by roll call vote. A copy is attached here too.
This is Rebecca Sander, board member. I so move.
Thank you, Rebecca. There's a second.
This is Adri Goldsmith, board member. I second.
Thank you, Adri.
Okay, and now I will go through the roll call, and as we've done in the past, just answer yes or no when I give your name. Okay, Juliana,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Audrey,
Yes.
Patsy,
Yes.
Andrea,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jade.
Yes.
Okay, I have 8 yeses, and we had 2 board members that are not in attendance. So,
Motion passes. Thank you, Jill.
you're welcome.
We'll take the next.
Is there a board member that would like to make the following motion? I move that the board adopt the temporary proposed regulation KAR 60-11-103 and that a vote be taken by roll call vote. A copy is attached here too.
This is Jade Ramsdell, board member. I will make that motion.
Thank you, Jade. Is there a second?
This is Andrea Watson. I'll second.
Thank you, Andrea.
Okay. Juliana,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Adri,
Yes.
Patsy,
Yes.
Andrea,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
and Jade.
Yes.
It's 8 yeses and 0 nos.
Motion passes. Thanks, Jill.
Oh, thank you. Is there a board member who would like to make the following motion? I move that the board adopt the temporary proposed regulation KAR 60-11-104 and that a vote be taken by roll call vote. A copy is attached here too.
I so motion, board member Melissa Arpeza.
Thank you, Melissa. Is there a second?
Board member Lorio, and I'll second.
Thanks, Lori.
Juliana,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Adri,
Yes.
Patsy,
Yes.
Andrea,
Yes.
Melissa,
Oh, yes.
Lori,
Yes.
and Jade.
Yes.
8 yeses, 0 nos.
Motion passes.
Is there a board member who would like to make the following motion? I move that the board adopt the temporary proposed regulation KAR 60-11-104A and that a vote be taken by roll call vote. A copy is attached here too.
This is Rebecca. I so move.
Thank you, Rebecca. Is there a second?
Adri Goldsmith, Board Member, I second.
Thank you, Adri.
Juliana,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Audrey,
Yes.
Patsy,
Yes.
Andrea,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
and Jade.
Yes.
8 yeses, 0 no, or
Motion passes.
is there a board member who would like to make the following motion? I move that the board adopt the temporary proposed regulations KAR 60-11-105 and that a vote be taken by roll call vote. A copy is attached here too.
I so motion. This is Melissa, board member.
Thank you, Melissa. Is there a second?
Andrea Watson, board member, I'll second.
Thank you, Andrea.
Juliana,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Adri,
Yes.
Patsy,
Yes.
Andrea,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
and Jade.
Yes.
8 yeses, 0 nos.
Motion passes.
Is there a board member that would like to make the following motion? I move that the board adopt the temporary proposed regulation KAR 60-11-107 and that a vote be taken by roll call vote. A copy is attached here too.
This is Rebecca. I so move.
Thank you, Rebecca. Is there a second?
Adri Goldsmith, Board Member, I second.
Thank you, Adri.
Juliana,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Adri,
Yes.
Patsy,
Yes.
Andrea,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
and Jade.
Yes.
8 yeses, 0 nos.
Motion passes.
Is there a board member who would like to make the following motion? I move that the board adopt the temporary proposed regulation KAR 60-11-113 and that a vote be taken by roll call vote. A copy is attached here too.
I so motion. Board member Melissa Orpeza.
Thank you, Melissa. Is there a second?
Lori Owen, board member, I'll second.
Thank you, Lori.
Okay, Juliana,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Adri,
Yes.
Patsy,
Yes.
Andrea,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
and Jade.
Yes.
That's 8 yeses and 0 nos, and that's the end of the motions.
Motion passes. Thank you very much, Jill.
You're welcome.
So I think that concludes our business. If there's any questions or anything, I will extend a special thank you to Patsy. I know this, you're not able to join us next week, and this may be your final meeting. We hope that maybe you might join us again in the future, but thank you for all your service and everything you've done for nurses in the state of Kansas. You've been a phenomenal president for us and a true mentor to many. So thank you.
Thank you. I'll see if I can't see you in September
Okay, we would
in the
appreciate
audience.
We will welcome you however we can get you. So I hope everyone has a great day and stay cool out there. It's a warm one. So